Okay, let me address this sentiment that I've been getting a lot of on my Tyler Perry video, only pay the light bill if he can sentiment, right? He says, I see why you're single. Also, y'all missed the whole point of what he was saying, right? And I mean this with no shade, but with all honesty and actuality. I see why you're broke. I see why you're broke. So just so you all can see, remember I did that video, what value are you bringing that would make paying the light bill enough? And that was the comment that he left on that. You know, there's a lot to unpack here, and I'm not sure if I need to talk about success first or what it is that Black women are doing to not be quote unquote single. Let's talk about the success first, since people's attention spans seem to be really short. Success is not an accident. Tyler Perry and what it is that he is expressing, that sentiment right there, Tyler Perry is not your friend. Tyler Perry is a billionaire who made his money off the backs of Black women. And in return, he is selling this idea of perpetual struggle love because that keeps him a base, that keeps him storylines for his struggle love dilapidated movies. And it keeps the Black family toppling. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. I'm in a mastermind with some very powerful men. And the way that they move, the way that they talk, the moves that they're making in their lives. And I want you to stay tuned for what's coming for me in this upcoming year under the tutelage of people who are powerful, right? Change requires upheaval. Change is traumatic. Change requires the death of the old version of you and the birth of the new version of you. And in order for that new version to come in, you have got to let go of habits, patterns, and behaviors of the old you. Tyler Perry is a billionaire, and instead of telling men how to make more money, see, because what it is that he did is not duplicatable without the exploitation and the siphoning from Black women. Same as his advice. And look, if I am missing the point, please tell me what it is that I've missed. So basically what it is that he's positing is that if this man is a good man and he's good to you and again, la, 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 ba, la, right? That it's okay if all he can do is pay the light bill, right? And I'll say this, in our present day society, you cannot be good to yourself. How can you be good to someone else? You can't be good to yourself if you are not positioning yourself in a way to be able to care for yourself. Like if you can't survive, if you can't live, if you can't thrive by your own doing or your own undoing, you're not being good to yourself. It's like if you're flailing around here in this society, right? In this land of plenty, this land of milk and honey. Like I remember I had a friend back in the days who said that, well, his father was an immigrant to this country, and his father said, I will shovel, this is the sentence, I will shovel shit to the wind to feed my kids. He said that he would get out there and do what it is that it takes, do what it took to be able to make sure that his children's mouths are fed. But this sentiment that Tyler Perry is positing is not in your best interest. What is it that he's not out here trying to teach you how to make some? Where's Tyler Perry's mastermind? That girl that he had in that video, because I showed the longer part of that video on my YouTube. It's a 40-minute video where I break all of this down. Go watch that, because it's like people want to pick apart 90-second or 60-second videos, but then they don't sit down and watch the 40-minute video with everything broken down. That girl that he had on that couch that he was talking to, she has access to him behind the scenes, and he actually told her that she wasn't on a man's level, and he had to check her about what it. Let me see if I can clip it. Hold on.
You've seen me go through different relationships, and recently it was the night that we all went to dinner after you moderated Michelle Obama's book tour here in Atlanta. And you said, Crystal, you are vibrating here. Yeah. Your man is here. And I was like, ooh. You trying to tell me I'm low vibrational, Tyler? What are you trying to say? And I was like, ooh, I had to think about that. I was like, wow, like, am I, you know what I'm saying? You were like, you're here, and he's up here. You gotta go higher in that area too. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
So I want you to pay attention. When it came time to tell her about herself and how low she was compared to a man, right? Now, first of all, what man is looking at a woman's relationship and assessing how he could do much better than her? I mean, listen, stop the farce already, Tyler. Listen to that clip again. Men like Tyler Perry will ruin your relationships with men. Why? Is he secretly in competition for those same men? Listen to it again. He could tell her that she wasn't on his level, but he can't tell a man that he ain't on hers, please. But nonetheless, so he could look at her and tell her that she needed to raise higher. But when the conversation comes to black men, he can't open up his mouth to say, you know what, black men, let's get this together. Why can't he show them how to make more money? Why can't he show black men how to raise up? But instead, he's going to purport a relationship dynamic that has been shown through the studies to not work in mass. The relationship dynamic of the woman being the breadwinner and the man being the stay-at-home birther it just doesn't even work. It doesn't work in mass. Not only do men's egos not allow for it, but you can't really sustain a family dynamic where the person who is giving birth to the children is also out there busting her hump, having to work and provide for him who is at home. And then when it comes time to breastfeed the children, just tell me, how is this going to work? Back to the topic at hand. Change is traumatic. It requires the trauma of upheaval in your life. Why is Tyler not talking about what it is that it will take to be able to truly be successful for black men and the pain that is required to be able to shift your life into a direction? But it's like he's perpetuating these low expectations of black men for which they don't have to really reach high to only pay the light bill. That's okay, big man, that's okay. How is that going to work? And then let's talk about the relationship dynamic of it and what it is that black women are willing to do just to have a relationship. Why? Why do all of that for a man that you have to carry as well, rather than just being single? Like this guy, he's like, I see why you're single. You goddamn right. Yes. Better to be than to have to deal with that. Because at the end of the day, men are men, aren't they? And no man is perfect. You're going to have to deal with some shit when it comes to men. They keep trying to posit this sentiment of, oh, rich men are going to abuse you, so you might as well be with the kind, loving, poor, broke man. Has it been your experience that people who are in the mindset, the poverty consciousness, the limiting beliefs that are in place for a person to stay impoverished, has it been your experience that those people are so gregarious and so kind and all loving? These are the people who are not even taking care of themselves, and now you're coming expecting them to take care of you emotionally, and they're not even doing what they can do on the inside. It's like success is not something that exists in one area. Success is not, oh, we're getting ready to, the thing is about to end. Let me just hear your thoughts below. What are your thoughts about this sentiment of this is why you're single, black women, but if you don't want to be single, because listen, these men are listening and they know how desperate you are for a black man and black babies. And it's like they're not stepping up to the plate. They're not doing what's in the best interest of the procreation, the continuation of their genes and their family line. What are some of the other options to dating a broke black man who can't care for himself financially?